with Speiro News. Can you see behind me? This is my yard, and this is a stream that isn't frozen over yet. Woo-hoo! We love a good snow, and we love the 4 seasons. I know I do. Maybe you don't. Maybe that's why you're in Florida right now. But I love the Ohio Valley. And what we are doing here with Speiro News is bringing you some good news right here in our valley. Today, you're going to experience students who are interviewing those who have survived COVID and maybe give us some good ideas of what we can do when we're in quarantine, or maybe when we're just not able to go out and do what we normally do. We're also going to hear from New Heart Covenant Christian Center. It's right here in your valley, maybe a hidden gem that you're going to get to see here today. A group of people just worshiping God, coming together as the family of Christ. And you know what? Here's a weather report. Guess what? It's February. We live in the Ohio Valley, and I can guarantee you this, it's probably going to be about in the 30s, maybe if we're lucky, with a good chance of snow every day. All right, guys, I love you, and I'll talk to you later. See you soon.
Welcome to Speiro News. I'm Amaya Snyder.
I'm Jasmine Zanes.
And I'm Megan Paul.
And we are your news broadcasting team.
Now let's worship with New Heart Covenant Christian Center's worship team.
Oh yeah.
You are worthy of it all. And for from you are all things, and to you are all things. You deserve the glory. Come on, one more time, because you are worthy. And you are worthy of it all. You are worthy of it all. For from you are all things, and to you are all things. You deserve the glory. Come on, let's give him a hand clap of praise this morning. You are worthy. You are worthy.
What an awesome time of worship. We are so thankful for New Heart and their anointed team. Up next, we have a short song to bring joy and comedic relief during this trying time. This is Eric and Olinda's quarantine song.
It's 10:30. Oh no, I slept in. How could this be so? The kids are awake, the school bus is late, or did I miss a foot of snow? My job's on the line, I can't waste any time on practicing good hygiene. I hope they don't fire me. Oh wait, there's no work today. Quarantine, quarantine. Like being grounded when I was 14. Like being chosen dead last on every sports team. That's life in quarantine. This COVID-19 is now on every scene, has caused me to question the world's sanity. There's not enough puzzles, I've played every game. Like what will you look like when you're 108? Oh well, I guess this is our life today. I'm stuck in this house and I can't run away. So, here's looking at you, kid. Quarantining with you. Quarantine, quarantine. Like being grounded when I was 14. Like being chosen dead last on every sports team. That's life in quarantine.
Toilet paper ration, 1 square per use. Living out life like a mountain recluse. I've logged onto YouTube 600 times. Watched every suggestion on Amazon Prime. Oh well, I guess this is our life today. The governor said that we've gotta stay safe in every way, shape, form, and fashion. Quarantining with you. Quarantine, quarantine. You can only see me on screen. And my wardrobe's not what it seems. You know what I mean. It's quarantine, quarantine, quarantine. It's every introvert's dream. You're getting too close
And your hands are not clean.
That's life in quarantine. One day the war will be won,
And we'll go back to life as it was.
but the damage to my psyche has already been done. Quarantine, quarantine. Like being grounded when I was 14. I guess we'll be stuck till they make a vaccine.
Now, golly,
That's life in quarantine. That was good.
that was a good one.
And now we have an interview with someone who has experienced the effects of COVID firsthand while also working in the medical field. Please welcome Jerome Klein, a nurse practitioner in Williamson, West Virginia.
Hello, this is Speiro Good News, and now we're interviewing someone from Williamson, West Virginia. Hi, Jerome.
Hey, Susie.
Hey, tell us about yourself.
My name's Jerome Klein. I am a family nurse practitioner, again, down here in Williamson, West Virginia. I work at Williamson Health and Wellness Center. I'm also a certified diabetes education and care specialist, and I see patients 3 days a week, and 2 days a week, I run a couple of community health worker programs where we go into the homes and do everything from diabetes education to just whatever someone needs. It's all about social determinants, so we stay pretty busy.
Okay, Jerome. How did you feel when you found out you had COVID-19?
For the first 2 days before I found out, I was convinced it was something else. And to be honest, as a provider, my first thought was I was actually kind of embarrassed, but not because of how I was feeling. I wasn't really scared that I was going to get too bad. But at that time, and even now, we didn't really know how it would affect people. So, and I got quite ill. I never actually went to the hospital. But yeah, my first thought was actually just embarrassment that somehow I'd managed to get exposed and allow myself to catch it.
Okay, so in your opinion, what was your worst symptom and why?
Actually, a couple of things. When I first got sick, it was of course it was a typical dry cough, and that cough actually lasted about 6 months, along with some nausea. But the cough got really bad on day 3. The chest congestion got really bad on day 3. A deep breath or a hard cough felt like, best way I can describe it is it felt like razor blades shattering in my chest. I mean, that was probably that was the scariest part of it. But the odd thing was that lasted maybe 12 hours and then seemed to go away. And then it was just a plethora of other symptoms. I mean, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, a headache that wouldn't go away, the fever we couldn't control. But for probably, honestly, up until, that was end of May into June, probably up until maybe just a month ago, I still was getting the frequent headaches and the nausea would just come in waves. But so far right now, it seems to have cleared up finally.
Okay, that's crazy. So when you entered back to work after your recovery time, what different precautions did you take?
The clinic was already screening everyone that comes into the clinic, and at that time, actually, most of our visits had switched to televisits and either over the phone or telehealth through video. So for actually probably for several months, that was the majority of our visits. So we were limiting who actually came into the clinic. Of course, we were screening everyone, including employees. So anyone with a fever had to be screened and either was sent home or if it was possible for them to work at home, they would allow them to work from home. Myself, all the staff was wearing N95 masks. We had set up a tent outside. So if we went out to see them, we were in full, had the full PPE regalia and generally distance as best we could. Slowly, we started having patients back into the office, but even then we were limiting how many came in, how many were in the waiting room, making sure we kept them distanced. And the staff was wearing masks the entire time and making sure we tried to distance as best we could in the office.
Okay, well, is there anything else that you think is what? Do you have anything to tell us on your opinion about the COVID vaccines?
Most of the staff here has already had the vaccine. I've had the first and second one. To my knowledge, no one here has had any bad reaction. We've all had a sore arm, but I think that's pretty much it. Everyone's tolerating it well. Of course, they're not giving it to pregnant women. We have some young female patients who are concerned who have just gotten married or have plans to get pregnancy, and some of them are kind of electing not to get it. But we're certainly recommending that patients get the vaccine as soon as it's available. We're still, down here, we've vaccinated quite a few over 80, and then we're down to 70. And of course, they're moving that down into 60. And we have several high-risk patients who are younger who have been vaccinated.
Well, do you have any last input on what happened through your recovery, or like when you went back to work, when you found out? Do you have anything else to tell us about your experience?
Going by the CDC return to work rules, once I was 3 days past having a fever and the symptoms, while they hadn't completely resolved, the health department called and says, it's okay for you to go back to work. But at that time, they wanted to screen again before we came to work. And so I kept testing positive when they did the swab. So finally on week 4, after I hadn't worked, we did the antibody testing. And so the IgM, or the acute phase reactant, was negative, and the IgG was positive. So at that time, I had built up a certain degree of immunity. So I came back to work actually after 4 weeks instead of the 10 days. Symptom-wise, like I say, it tended to hang on. My 80-year-old mother was positive at one point with absolutely no symptoms. So it's almost impossible to tell who's going to be affected severely and who's going to get it, and no fever and not no. So it's really just a matter of abiding by all these precautions. So and really until we get a fair amount of people, 60 to 70% vaccinated, it's still important to go by the basic guidelines. So of course, hand washing is a biggie. When wearing masks and social distance when you go out.
School choice is the process of allowing each family to pick the best education for their K through 12th grade years. Every child is unique and has different ways of learning, so that's why school choice is important. Up next, we have a few of our own Speiro students explaining to us why they love school choice.
Colton, good morning. This is School Choice Week, and today was Crazy Hair Day. You look amazing. Wow. How old are you? 3? What do you think we should add to the school that would make it great?
Dragons.
Dragons? We can do that, okay. All right, Hannah. How old are you? Can you tell? 4? Wow, that's awesome. What's your favorite thing about coming to school? What do you like to do the best?
Playing on the playground.
Playing on the playground? Wow, what's your favorite subject?
Coloring.
Coloring, that's awesome. Do you like coming to Speiro Academy? Wow. Hi, what's your name?
Really.
Renly, how old are you? 2? And you're already in school? Wow, I'm so proud of you. What's your favorite thing to do at school?
Play on the playground.
You like to play on the playground too? Are you glad you get to go to Speiro Academy, that your parents chose Speiro Academy? Isn't it great to be able to have a choice?
Yes.
Yes, we love choices. Hi, what's your name?
Jaden.
Jaden, how old are you?
5.
5. This is School Choice Week. Are you glad you get to go to Speiro Academy?
Yeah.
Yay, we are too. What's your favorite subject? What class do you like to learn in the most? Reading, writing, math?
Writing.
Writing? Yay, do you cursive write already?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I'm so proud of you. What's your name?
Kennedy.
Wow, what grade are you in?
Kindergarten.
Okay, what's your favorite subject?
The color.
To color? What's your school's name?
Speiro.
Do you...
I really want something sweet. What, do you see anything? Aw, there's no cake inside. Not even a crumb. You know what would really be good? What? A giant peanut butter egg. Make sure you order it today. Speiro peanut butter egg.
So even though though we face the difficulties of today and tomorrow, I shall have a dream. It is a dream that is deeply rooted in the American dream. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. This was a part of the I Have a Dream speech given by Martin Luther King in 1963. In today's society, so many of the younger black generation are allowing themselves to become bitter and focus on the negative aspects of history. However, today I believe that we need to focus on the bold men and women who have paved the way for our generation. People such as Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks, and Harriet Tubman, who stood up for what they believe in. I believe that it is time for us to rise up and celebrate our ancestors and the boldness that they had. But also, I believe that it is time for us to make our mark in history. It is time that we learn for what they went through and what they stood for, and we grow in love and in peace, and remember that our main goal is to live together in unity.
There goes my heart beating, 'cause you are the reason I'm losing my sleep. Please come back now. There goes my mind racing, and you are the reason that I'm still breathing. I'm hopeless now. I'd climb every mountain and swim every ocean just to be with you and fix what I've broken. Oh, 'cause I need you to see that you are the reason. There goes my hands shaking, and you are the reason my heart keeps leaving. I need you now. If I could turn back the clock and make sure the light defeated the dark, I'd spend every hour of every day keeping you.
So as we end today, we just want to issue a blessing to you. It's the way we close our services at New Heart Covenant Christian Center every Sunday, and every service that we do, I always like to do the priestly blessing. So if you will allow me, just raise your hand and join in with me. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious to you. And may the Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace. Go in peace in Jesus' name. Amen.